Okay guys, something I found a little funny, a little ironic, and a little weird is how we as Filipinos, as Pinoys, we love finding out that, a celebrity or, someone very famous is part Pinoy. I don't know about you guys, but I get a kick out of it. Like, oh, Bruno Mars, he's part Pinoy. Did you know Bruno Mars is like this and that Pinoy? Or Rob Schneider. Oh, Rob Schneider is part Pinoy. He's like half or something, like mom's Pinoy or whatever. I found it so funny that, and nothing against this, okay? Nothing against this. It's just strange to me that our Miss Universe contestants are always like part something else. Like, oh, Miss so-and-so from the Philippines. But actually, she's part German or part French or part American or part whatever. It's like not really pure Filipino. And I'm just wondering, I don't know, I did not research this, I did not Google this, but I have no idea if other countries send contestants who are purely like Miss Japan. Is she really purely Japanese, like father and mother pure Japanese? Or maybe like Miss Japan, and it's like part Japanese, part Korean, part Italian, part whatever, right? But anyway, we kind of do that also. And I wasn't sure if, it's probably going to get me into some trouble, right? But maybe it's because of our barkada mentality, our bayanihan mentality, but we took that barkada bayanihan mentality to the national level, or international level. Bruno Mars, part Pinoy. He's 1% Pinoy. 1% Pinoy. Iba talaga ang Pinoy. Come on. I did more and more research on this part of the rant, and I guess what I found out? I found out that this kind of group pride mentality, there's nothing wrong with being nationalistic, with being patriotic, with loving your country. In fact, it was just National Heroes Day, and you can just search this. The sir just bombed my location. I found that to be very heroic, and I was like, yeah, okay, that I'm proud of that. Pure Filipino who sacrificed his life fighting terrorists. Okay, salute to that. But to the rest of the mentality, I found out that groupthink, this kind of groupthink and group pride, to associate ourselves with a group so we can share in the pride and the honor of that group, is a symptom. It's actually a symptom of very low, again, I'm going to get into trouble for this, but don't blame me, blame Google. It's a symptom of a very low self-esteem and low confidence in self and low, what was the word? Oh, I can't remember the word now. But you don't value your own accomplishments as much. All right, so you think that your own accomplishments in life are very, very small compared to the accomplishments of others. And so what happens is, for you to feel good about yourself, for you to feel great, for you to feel confident or increase your self-esteem for yourself, you're going to look for a way to say that, I'm part of that. I somehow am part of that person's accomplishment. So it's one thing to root for someone and say, yeah, Manny Pacquiao, he's Filipino. So of course, he's representing the Philippines. He's pure Filipino, therefore great. All right, so if he's pure Filipino. But if he's not pure Filipino, if he's like 1% Filipino and you say, iba talaga ang Pinoy. Like, yeah, I'm so proud to be Filipino because that guy's 1% Pinoy. What's happening is you're trying to feel better about yourself because you don't feel good about your own accomplishments and about your own life. So you attach your life to someone else who's done a lot so you can share in the glory and share in the self-esteem and the self-confidence. Now, why am I ranting about this? Because based on again, this is all Google. Guys, my research is Google. Okay? And, I'm one of those guys who just like, well, Google said it. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. Of course, I look at peer-reviewed articles as well, even if, I just try to learn and study all of those things. But going back, again, this is a rant, so it's very spontaneous. Going back. One thing that I noticed in one of the articles was that one researcher said this, alleged or asserted this, that people who have so much accomplishments in life don't need to do that. Think about it for a moment. Now, I'm not being racist. I'm not saying all Americans or all Japanese people or all Chinese people have great accomplishments. But, you look at the Japanese, for example. If someone does something great, they're not gonna go, oh, did you know that he's 1% Japanese? Like, no one says that. The Chinese doesn't say, oh, this guy's like 1% Chinese, partly Beijing. They don't say those things. If someone accomplished something, they accomplished something, period. Americans don't say, oh, he's part American. Do you know he's part American? That's so great. I'm so proud to be an American because he's part American. Like, no one, I've never heard that. But I hear it a lot from Pinoys. Oh, 1% Pinoy, yes. It's partly because they kind of feel, as a group, in terms of the groupthink, they feel that their country, as a country, already accomplished much. So they don't need to prop up their country because they feel their country has already accomplished much. Secondly, they also feel that they themselves as individuals may have already accomplished much in their own minds. Doesn't mean it has to be big or small, but in their own minds, they put so much value in their own personal accomplishments that they don't need to attach themselves to the accomplishments of others. And that's something that really struck me because, when we watched TRESE, I was watching TRESE and I felt nostalgia and all of that stuff. And I promoted it a lot and I was so happy with TRESE simply because it was going to open so many doors of opportunity for the animation industry and for intellectual property, original IP from the Philippines. And those are great opportunities for every Filipino, right? And I loved it. What I did not do was go, oh, how many people there are pure Filipinos? There has to be Filipinos who worked on it. It should be pure Filipinos who worked in the cast. Like, really? I don't need that. I was rooting for TRESE because I wanted opportunities to open for our country. I didn't feel the need to go, oh, TRESE is like 100% Filipino. And like, that's not something that we should be looking for or something that we should really consider. We should consider how certain things affects us as a nation so we can bring more opportunities for our countrymen. That's what I think. Now, going to TRESE, and I wanted to share this as well. A lot of people who watch TRESE, they're like, again, with the complaints. Oh, you know what? How come they got Liza Soberano? How come this? How come that? Blah, 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 blah. They were attacking this. And we have so many better voice actors and voice artists. Why not hire the professionals? Why get Liza? Guys, come on. This opened so many opportunities for the Philippines. If you complain now, here's how I feel. It's kind of like, Manny Pacquiao just won the fight. Let's just say he just won a fight. And he had some sloppy footwork. He got hit so many times, but he won. If you're there in the ringside, you're going to say, yay, we won. You're not going to go, yeah, he won, but sloppy footwork, got hit so many times. He didn't even guard so many times. Like, he just won. Can't you just celebrate the win? Can't you just be happy for a moment and just go, yes, he won? And then allow his coach to be the one to talk to him and how to do the next fight. With TRESE, it was the same thing. TRESE won so many doors of opportunities for the country, and here are the people going, oh, what about us? What about us? What about us? What about us? Well, if you want to get into the industry, get into the industry. Learn how to do animation, learn how to draw, learn how to write, get into storytelling, things like that. But don't complain. Russell Peters, don't complain, right? But don't complain and be so angry when they chose someone like Liza. Yeah, there's going to be so many more people who are better voice actors than Liza, but guess what? Liza already has a fan base. Liza is a Filipina. Okay, not pure Filipina, right? But Liza is a Filipina. She already has a following, and that's something that producers and investors want because at the end of the game, bottom line, they gotta make money. Because if it's profitable, if TRESE is profitable, then more investors will come to the Philippines to get original IP for us to produce more stuff. So instead of complaining, we should be happy and applauding and saying, hopefully now people will look at us more and we'll have more opportunities. Instead of bashing that project, why not applaud it, encourage others to get into the same industry, right? So instead of trying to keep getting glory from others, complaining, let's just do our part and do it for ourselves, do it for one another. God bless.